Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. Alright, so for this video here, we are back out in Wayloon itself, or rather in Evening Star. Now this is a part of the Wayloon chain, it's the very beginning aspect of it. So out here in Evening Star, it is located at the northern section, towards the Wayloon docks. Now in order to get here, there are three main ways to get here. There is the key to Evening Star, which as you see mine's on cooldown, so this is the way I had gotten here. To get the key, you do need to complete a lot of the Purple Dragon Favor, which can only be done once you're out here. If you are VIP, from the character selection screen, you can actually travel to the Forgotten Realms, which will port you out to the Hall of Heroes on this side, in the Forgotten Realms here. Or, if you've completed the Lords of Dust chain, it will actually allow you to access all the way through the cavern here and be able to get up into town. Alright, so this chain here starts with Abella Toth. And this will be the first part of the chain right here. As you'll see with my chat, you will notice that I was having some difficulties getting everything started, but we're good now. Alright, so here we are on Reaper 1. So these three here that were there, they are technically, you can be done in any order. However, to keep a consistent storyline, you do need to start on the right side, working your way towards the left. And that'll complete all the quests in their correct order up, like, for the storyline there. Alright. So get some buffs going. So for this one here, our objective is to locate some Shar worshippers. So as we follow this road here, we will see a few breakables. We'll also be set by a couple of wolves, nothing too major. And essentially we just want to follow this road. Now once we get to this port here, kind of splits off. If you continue following the road, you will run into some trees. So what we need to do is we just head off to the northeast or top right side of the map, and we're going to run into our first group of actual Shar worshippers. Now they have a fairly low hit point for what we've been dealing with. So even the champions here, they shouldn't be too bad. As you can see, this guy does have 5,000 hit points, so they got a little bit more. Once they take X amount of damage, they actually go passive. When they do, you talk to them, and you're chaining them up, and you can continue on. So that's how you capture them. You need to capture a total of 5, all of which are you'll run into as you're progressing through the storyline. Alright, so once you're in the cave, we do need to head forward. And first bit you'll notice is a whole bunch of bear traps. Now, you can't jump over them. They're not that hard, but of course you can grab them for your traps. And there are a few of them. So one thing to point out is, though we now have Ingenious, there are going to be more traps spawning in later, which will actually lower that. So if we don't continue to get the traps, we will actually not get a full Ingenious trap bonus. So you're going to want to proceed right up to the cell here, open the gate lever, and then directly to our right, we're going to have some more Shar. Including another one of our disciples of Shar. So once you defeat him, you'll be able to cause him to go unconscious, and then you need to pull this lever right here. That lever will open up the gate over there. However, if you choose to continue heading east around the corner, you'll actually run into one additional Shar. So you do want to make sure you come in here to grab the additional. And there we go. Alright, so now with that lever pulled, we can head off to the west, northwest, and head on through here, where we will have a few more guys, and then another disciple of Shar. Each of the disciples, they are casters, and honestly, probably about your hardest enemy in this, the major part of the storyline. The end fight can get a little bit tricky if you're not really prepared for that. Alright, so once you get him down, go ahead and use the gate lever to push forward. So where those three were standing up against the rock, there actually is a secret door. At least I believe it's right here. It is not. Okay. It's just a bit further in then. Alright, so at this part, we are going to come across the last required Shar that we need. It does let us get a few more for optionals. So here's our guy. So we can capture additional ones for that. So we're gonna keep going, and now we have a nest of wolves. Alright, pushing forward, we got another gate. And right around these barrels we have another gate lever, which will open our gate here, allowing us to continue. So again, as we're pushing forward, we got another gate lever here, and will let us keep going. Now again, it does split off a little bit, and we have two disciples right here. So again, if you are not going for the optional of getting all the disciples, that one path where it just had a disciple at the end, clearly you can avoid it. Save yourself this the trouble and the hassle. But of course you can go here, get these guys, and continue on.
The disciples surrendered to you.
Now once these two dissipate, you can actually continue north and go through the door, or you can head off to the east. And we got a few more guys here. Though with these guys here, there really is nothing over here other than a couple extra kills, collectible. That's about it. Like, it's not really required even for the optionals, but additional kills will help you get towards your total conquest. So here we have more guys. Surprise, surprise. As you can see, a few enemies do try and pop around the corner here, coming from the ledge above, and they're just a bunch of archers. So take them out and move on. So again, we come across another group that has a disciple. Once he's down, we can actually continue off to the north. We also have a gate lever right here. This gate lever will open our door here, which is the direction we need to go. However, again, if we head off to the north, oh no, actually this is not the way we need to go. So yeah, we can head south here, and it's gonna have ourselves a kind of bunch of wolves. So this is the optional that I was talking about earlier, where they had a secret door. We're also gonna have some traps here. So the traps are right at the secret door. On the other side of the door, we're gonna just have some, actually a different type of enemy, not no wolves or the normal enemies that we've been facing. Rather, we're gonna come across some lions.
This section of the cave.
And this is our hidden cave. So now these mountain lions are all orange names, and they actually do have a fairly decent amount of hit points. So just watch yourself, as they also do a fair amount of damage. So you got a few groups. You got one over here. And as you can see, these lions also like to use knockdown effects, so... And then we have some more over here. Now, as you can see, you can shoot them to draw them over to you and kind of deal with them more about one at a time. Obviously, because we did go so close, they're all getting up and seeing what's going on. Once they're all down, proceed to the end, and you can grab your loot. Getting the loot here will give you the optional. Nothing special drops from this chest. And then we can go ahead and exit. Now, as we're exiting, just after our secret door, you're going to have a group of Shar worshippers kind of plowing in. If you chose to leave the bear traps, they can actually get themselves stuck and hitting the bear traps there, allowing yourself to get some helpless damage as they are trapped and stuck. Once you've done this whole section, however, again, it is completely optional. You want to head around and make your way north. Alright, here we're going to have another disciple. And then through our gate lever. So as you can really see, there are so many more disciples than required. So don't worry about skipping one, unless you do want to go for that optional, as they will all be required for that. There. So at this point, you're kind of in a maze of gates. So this first room will have a gate lever here, proceeding to the wolf chamber. Then there's a gate lever at the back here that will open up this door. Immediately inside we have a lever here, which we need to pull. We can also head back up and around this way. And we can actually sneak around here and pull two additional levers. This lever here,
A gate creaks open somewhere to the north.
and this one here. Pulling them all will open up our shrine, as well as our way forward. In order to get forward, we do gotta backtrack a little bit. back to our first chamber, and here's our door heading east. Now, when we get to this section here, it is going to have our last 2 disciples that we need for the full bonus. As well, this kind of little horseshoe at the bottom will have some traps. So if you happen to fall in, just be careful. There are some traps down there. So here are the traps. So again, as you'll notice, we don't have our Ingenious anymore. We do go to grab a few more of these guys in order just to re-solidify that bonus, if we want that there. And at the end, again, we have ourselves a collectible. Now, from here, again, just talk to them, chain them up, and chaining them up will also drop our barrier, and we can proceed to pull our gate lever. Now, at this point, as you see, it is a final drop-off. There is no way to return. So just hop on down for the end fight. We have one final wave of just rando trash. Here we have our last lever, and then we'll be into the final room. So they do have a few guys here. I do recommend, as so many times before, to kill the trash first. It just makes for the fight to be so much easier, and as the trash has very little hit points, it typically doesn't take too long. After that, I do recommend to take out the Disciple, as they will be the next easiest target. And then finally, to take out Dedrick Black. Once, however, Dedrick goes down, as you see, he is spawning in some enemies. Once they get far enough down, this Disciple here is going to run to the north, opening the door. When they do, it is going to spawn in an owl bear. It is a very nasty end beast, even turning on its own masters. As you can see, his hit points aren't going down super fast, and he's doing a fair amount of damage himself, so a lot of hit points, a lot of damage, and as you see, you could be friends. Once everything is down, you can actually talk to Dedrick Black, complete the quest. All that's left here is we got 2 end chests, which can, as you see, drop some named items. Sadly, neither one of us got any mythic on ours, but you can grab some nice items, and that's it. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward quest. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one all.